bringing you lights, camera, and action. A brand new show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Awaz Entertainment. Hello everyone, good evening. You're watching Lights, Camera, Action. I'm your host Kubra Ali. I hope you all are doing great. I hope you all are taking care in this chilly weather. The weather is getting really cold. I hope it'll be kind towards us soon. So, as you all know, I have every time on every episode of Lights, Camera, Action, we have a new guest. So tonight, there is a new guest sitting with us who is a realtor. So let me welcome Mr. Puneet. How are you doing?
I'm good, Kubra. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and it's a pleasure to have you on my show.
Thank you
very
so much for having me here. Likewise, pleasure is all mine.
Thank you. And so let me ask you, how are you and how's the weather treating you? It's very cold outside and
it is cold, but I'll tell you, I was door knocking today morning. Till minus 15. Yeah, till minus 15, I think I'm able to bear, but I hear that it's gonna get to minus 30.
Wow.
That's really
I
cold.
think the sun actually made you a little warm, maybe.
True. I'm looking at the sun, you could still go on.
I know, it's a little sunny today. That's actually a blessing, I would say, in this cold weather.
True.
So, please let me ask you, where are you from, basically? And when did you come to Canada? And when did you start your career in realtor?
Sure.
As a realtor?
I'm from India.
Okay.
And I came to Canada in 2011.
Okay.
And I've been a full-time realtor since 2014.
Oh, nice. And so before you were in India, or?
I was in Middle East. I was in Oman.
Oh, nice.
I was in IT sales. I used to handle oil and gas sector there in Oman.
Okay. So what made you start this career as a realtor in Canada?
I used to present IBM in Middle East, and when I came here, I tried the IBM job in sales, didn't get through, and then this career came up, and I was like, why not? If we have changed countries, why not try to change careers and see what it brings.
And how's it going now? It's fine.
So far, so good. No complaints. Touch wood.
Wow, very nice. So tell me, is this your part-time or your full-time realtor?
I can't think of doing this as a part-time. It's
full-time job.
Yeah, it's at times 24 hours seems less, so it's my full-time job.
So how's the market right now?
Market is slow. In fact, market is down. This is the prices which were in September 2021. The prices are lower than that.
Okay.
Surprisingly, last 10-12 days, I see a lot of activity though. The houses which haven't been sold for 30-40 days, suddenly they are selling now.
Oh, nice. So are you with the buyers or the sellers most of the time?
I actually present both. It's almost 50-50.
And your hours of availability?
There are no hours of availability. It all depends on the clients, what time they are available.
Then you have to just squeeze in.
Yes, that's the way it is.
Okay. So, and what type of properties have you sold until now? Like, is it apartments, houses?
Mix of them.
Okay.
Mostly on the residential side. I did some commercial deals, but it's like 90-10 mix on the residential versus commercial. And in residential, mix of condos, houses, whatever you can think of.
Oh, nice. Okay. And has anything ever gone wrong in a deal? And if so, it happened, how did you handle it?
I'm sure last year was challenging for a lot of people, even for the realtors.
Okay.
The two deals I think of is, one was I sold a house in Milton. It was a firm deal. 5 days or 7 days before the closing, they came and they saw some droppings and rat droppings or mice droppings, what you call it, and they said, we don't want to buy this house, and they didn't close.
Oh, they can do that?
They can do that.
Wow.
The seller is suing them, of course. They can do that, but they did that.
Oh my God.
So they didn't close. So what I did was put the house immediately back on the market and called all the agents who had previously seen. And luckily, I could close the property within next 2-3 days.
Oh, nice. And what about other?
The other challenge was one of my clients bought a house for 2.34 million in January of 2022.
Okay.
His closing, somehow he wanted a little longer closing in May. And by the time May came, the property value, the appraisal came $450,000 less.
Oh my God.
So that means he has to come up, apart from the down payment, he had to come up with this $450,000
Yeah.
cash from his side,
I
which
know.
was impossible.
Yeah.
So the deal which was supposed to close in June, I finally closed it in November. We went through a lot of options.
From summer until winter.
Exactly. A
Wow.
lot of options, but finally we could find one solution for him.
Oh, nice. And can you share the solution?
Absolutely. That was the vendor take back.
Oh, okay.
I was able to convince the sellers that, you know, if they put the market back in the market,
Yeah.
they're going to get even less money what the buyer was willing to pay. And then with a little bit of VTV, we were able to close the property.
Oh, nice, nice. Wow. Anything you want to share during COVID? Any challenges or?
During COVID, yeah, I mean, the challenges used to be, you know, earlier we would have 1 hour of showing time. When you book, you get 1 full hour, you could be late or you're here. But COVID time, the timings were restricted.
Yeah.
Not much of a physical contact. You can't have too many people in the house.
Only online, like whatever, social media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people didn't want to go into the apartments. They didn't want to enter the elevators. Those were the challenges we were facing.
I know. Okay, cool. And so do clients work directly with you, or is there a team, or how does that work?
The client work they directly with me, but there is a team behind me as well. For example, a stager, home inspector, photographer, social media expert. So there is quite a team behind me, but I interact with them face to face or directly with them.
Okay, so you're the one who's interacting.
Yes.
Are you with any of the team of realtor you're working with, or?
No, I don't work with a team of realtors. In fact, I've worked with some of the best teams in GTA.
Oh, nice.
I had worked with Sam McDaddy. I had worked with Parveen Arora.
Nice.
And now I work on my own. I'm with Remax Real Estate Center.
Okay, nice. And if somebody wants to see a house, how quickly you can arrange for the open house or whatever, like they want to come and see the house? So is it that quick, or it takes time?
It all depends on if the showing is available and if I am not busy, because I do book my day 24 to 40 hours out in advance as well.
Okay.
If I'm not working with any buyers, I don't have meetings, and the showing is available, I don't mind, showing them as soon as possible.
Okay, nice. And how long do you usually work with buyers from the first viewing to the closing? Like how long it takes?
So for a lot of my answers, I would say it depends.
Depends, I know.
It all depends on buyer to buyer. Some buyers, they want to see 50, 60 properties.
Right.
Some buyers, they would like the 4th home they see.
Of course.
So I actually would leave it to the buyer how long they want to take. I never push my buyers to close a property. It's not like, HGTV, you show 3 properties, pick one and let's buy that.
But you think any time you get a client who's very picky, what do you suggest them? Sometimes they are like, okay, they don't know what to do, right? Sometimes. So what do you suggest to them?
Right. At times, you guide them through the process and you tell them what are going to be the consequences if they don't take a decision.
Yes.
If they feel they get convinced that this is what is going to happen if we don't take a decision and it's going to be bad, then they move on. Otherwise, I really don't push too hard.
You just keep them like
I'll give them my 2 cents, and then it's up to them whether they trust me on that or they still want to go on their own route. That's how it goes.
Right. How do you help buyers stand out? Anything you do for them to stand out?
Sure. I think the first thing, I meet them and understand their needs, requirements, and why they want to do this. What's the criteria behind what they're doing. Get them pre-qualified from the bank, take them through the whole buying process, make them aware of what are the expenses involved, and try to make it as seamless as possible.
Right.
Without any surprises.
Okay. And can you increase the selling price? Do you need to make repairs or hire a stager to do so?
For sure, especially during these days when market is a little slow, it's sort of a buyer's market.
Yeah.
You need to make house look nice. Staging actually increases the value of the house.
Right.
House sold vacant or with furniture. With furniture will always fetch you more money.
Okay.
And then if something
And
is
the furniture should be nicely
exactly.
staged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It should be nicely done. It shouldn't be too much of it, like you put a lot of things in one room and then...
I think even the bigger room looks smaller if there's
Very
too
true.
many things.
Very true, very true. Even for smaller homes, you have to be careful how much furniture you place. It shouldn't make the house look smaller.
Yeah.
And then if some repairs or something is needed, you should get it done, because especially in this market, when it's a tough market for people to qualify and have that kind of a money, somebody wants to move into the house, they won't have money to fix things.
Right. So you should be ready with all the fixing and everything, repairs and everything.
I would suggest that, be ready with that, and people will like that. At times people can't see beyond, what is visible right in front of them.
They just want to move on, move in, right?
Move in, ready to move in. They don't want to do anything.
No, from your side, you might, get the house staged and everything. Right. But for what you are expecting from your client to do, maybe they have a lot of stuff you want them to get rid of, anything as
so
such.
Are you asking before, or for example, if the house is actually ready to show now, it's been staged, it's been everything?
It could be before and after both. Sometimes their house is too congested.
Right.
So you want maybe them to get rid of stuff. What else you are expecting from your clients to do for their house?
So one is at times when I bring in the stager, a professional stager, she'll tell whether it's too cluttered and the things they need to move around or remove.
Okay.
So once that is done and the showings actually start, I recommend, if you can stop cooking for a few days.
Okay. It could create smell and obviously a little bit dirt in the kitchen.
Exactly.
And
one is that, and then during the showings, if possible, if you can be out of the house, because at times the buyers they are not very comfortable when the seller is in the house looking at everything.
Right.
Third, have something good smell in the house. You can put scented candles or anything. It should smell nice. During the showings, have your curtains lifted so that people or the buyers can see natural sunlight.
And obviously it's bright. Yeah, bright. And they like the bright house.
They like the bright house. And one more thing I can think of is have high wattage bulbs during your showings. If you have low wattage bulbs, just replace them just for the showing part of it.
You mean the lights should be turned on even in the daytime?
Not exactly during the day. I'm saying
maybe in the evenings.
Maybe in the evenings, for example, if they are not turned on, the bulbs at times, the sellers have the bulb, they have very low wattage and they're very dim. So when a buyer comes in the house, they switch on the light, they don't feel it very bright.
Right.
Normally the bright light bulbs, they will consume more electricity. It's not good otherwise. But just for the showing part, replace all your bulbs. Have as high wattage bulbs.
This is something I didn't know. So it's good to know.
Absolutely. So that will help make the house look brighter during the evenings when the sellers they need to, or the realtors need to switch on the lights. Okay.
So I know there are white lights and yellow lights too. What do you recommend usually when selling the house?
Selling the house, my personal opinion, I find the yellow lights to be more brighter.
Okay.
So during just those times, have as
remove all your white lights and
put the yellow bulbs just for those few days.
I know. I also like yellow lights, so that will be great. Okay. So we'll take a short break, Puneet, and then we'll go ahead. So let's take a short break and we'll get back. Thank you.
खूबसूरत और दिलकश ज़ेवरात का बेमिसाल मरकज़ मक्का ज्वेलर्स आपकी खुशियों में बराबर की शरीक, जहां आपको मिलेगी आपकी पसंद की कंगन, चोकर, सतलड़ा, झुमके, चंदनहार, बेशुमार डिजाइन की अंगूठियां और चूड़ियां। तो आज ही तशरीफ लाएं 7086 एयरपोर्ट रोड, मिसिसागा। आपकी ज्वेलरी देखकर लोग यही कहेंगे, मक्का ज्वेलर से लिए हैं क्या?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Lights, Camera and Action. I'm your host Kubra Ali, and we'll be continuing talking with Mr. Puneet. Welcome back, Puneet.
Thank you so much.
So I would like to ask you, what price would you recommend if a seller is in a rush to sell?
That's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
We don't want to give away the property as well.
Yeah, I know. And you don't want to decrease a lot of price on it as well. Yeah.
Again, it depends. The strategy would depend on the market situation.
Okay.
For example, if it was Feb of 2022, Jan of 2022, you would just want to list it below the market value, have an offer date, invite the offers, and try to sell it as quickly and for the highest price. You will get the highest price.
Right.
Today's market is a little tricky where the average days on the market are a little bit more, 15 to 30. And if you list the property a little too high, there won't be too many showings and you won't be able to sell it. So what I would recommend is listing it just little above the market value, because in today's market, everybody wants to negotiate. We don't want the seller to lose the money as well. And we don't want to list it too high so that we don't even have the showings and we're not able to sell it.
Right.
So I would say close to the market value, just a little over market value for them to sell the house and not lose money over it.
Right. And okay, what is your marketing game plan when you buy, like when you help buyers and sellers?
Different game plans for different people.
Okay.
Again, for buyers, you have to work with the buyers initially, sit with them, take them through different scenarios, take them through whole buying process.
Right.
With sellers, again, it depends on market conditions, what kind of strategy you want to use, what's happening in the market, make them abreast of the latest marketing conditions. So it'll depend on different situations and different people. What are their goals, what they want to achieve.
Of course, you might get clients which actually think differently, and their perspectives you need to understand first and then go ahead with them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they say, you know, if you have to cut a tree, spend 7 hours sharpening your axe. So try to understand as much as possible. Otherwise, you will be wasting your time, you will be wasting their time.
Absolutely. And how would you help your client navigate a potential bidding war?
We're going back to the history.
I know. Now I think it's not happening, right?
Not much. Very few people are still doing it. A week back, I was in Kitchener. There was this detached home listed for $699.
Okay.
This is just a week back. When there was the storm, the same day, I went there.
Got it.
There were 36 offers.
Wow.
But this is like one of the few. Not much is happening.
So maybe the market in Kitchener is better than Toronto. What do you think?
The thing is, they have less inventory, and the house was actually listed pretty low. It ended up getting sold for $851. But yeah, coming back to your question, we have different strategies for that as well.
Okay.
For example, one is, I think everybody wants to get their client pre-approved.
Right.
Because in bidding, you can't have any conditions, because the moment you have conditions, you know, you are out. You can't have a financing condition, you can't have the home inspection condition.
Right.
And there are few other tricks in my sleeve which I use in the bidding wars. I'll be happy to discuss with individual clients.
Oh, good. That's nice, actually. So you should actually talk to Puneet in regard. What is your availability for getting out to showings quickly?
Again, you know, like I book my day 24 to 48 hours in advance. But having said that, I'm still flexible. It all depends on the urgency.
Okay.
If, for example, I had clients, they had, you know, rates locked in for a particular period of time and they wanted to see house today.
Yeah.
And if I can
maybe right away, they
call
you.
Maybe right away, they call me. And if the showing is available and I can change a little bit in my schedule, I'll definitely show them the property.
Okay. And also, I think it's in the hands of the seller as well. Maybe they are not available, or maybe,
Very true. At times, you know, client will call me at 7 o'clock. We want to see this house at 8. The sellers, they have their guest over. It's a weekend. They don't want to show the property. In those scenarios, you can't do much.
Okay, you cannot do much. It depends on the sellers, right? And how many properties should your buyer see if they want to make an offer?
You know, if we were talking in 2015, 2016, I would say minimum 10 to 15 properties before putting an offer. But if we're talking last year, you know, you didn't have much choice.
Few properties.
And if you can get hold of one, you know, you should get it. There was a joke, in fact, you know, there was this realtor who's showing properties to a potential buyers, husband and wife. This, if you're talking Feb of 2022, they've been losing on offers and they were not able to get the house. And then one house, he sees it's been listed by his very close friend realtor, and he says, let's go look at this house and I can get you this house. They go and look at the house and wife likes the house. She says, sorry, my husband doesn't like it.
Oh.
And the realtor says, in this market, it's easier to get a house. So I think better get the house. You will get a husband easily, but not the house.
That was funny. Oh my God, the market was so.
It was so bad.
Oh my God, that was funny. So, okay. So how will you determine what homes may match your buyers' wants and needs?
Understanding the requirements is very, very critical and important for you.
Okay.
So the first thing I do is have an interview with the buyers. I have a full 6-7 pager questionnaire, which I try to understand what are they looking for, what is their motivation,
Okay.
where do they want to be, how many bedrooms.
So you note down everything.
I note down
Oh,
everything.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, if you don't go through this, you'll be definitely wasting their time if you don't understand. You'll be showing them something which they don't even want or like.
Right.
So yeah, understanding what they're looking for, what is their prime criteria. Some people say it's the school, some people say it's the distance to their work. Some people have groceries. Everybody has different needs, and you need to understand that, and that's how you decide what you should show them and what's available out there for them.
Okay, nice. And during the buying process, how often you keep in contact with your client?
Again, it depends.
Yeah.
Some people, they would want to be in touch on daily basis.
Okay.
For example, if they're getting a listing, they would like to discuss the listing. It's something which is matching their criteria. They would like to discuss it every day. Some clients, they want to touch base once a week. And if somebody has a time horizon of 4 to 5 months, they're now very serious. They don't want to be in touch every week or every day.
Right.
So it'll all depend on client to client.
Okay, so it's all about clients.
It's all about clients.
Yeah. And what should a buyer look for when touring the houses?
When they're touring the houses, they already have their set criteria, what they're looking for.
Okay.
So they have to match what they're looking for, be very practical. For example, how many bedrooms they're looking for, what kind of number of washrooms they're looking for, full washrooms, half washrooms, upgrades in the house, whether they will have to spend something. I forgot the most important part, the layout.
Right.
If some people have some sort of a layout in their mind.
I know. I think that most of the time that's the one.
Exactly.
For the client, the moment they enter the house, some people were like, oh no, this is not what I was looking for, and some people were like, oh, this is what I was looking for.
You said it very right. Layout is something which you cannot change.
I know.
A paint or a granite counter or something you can always change, but layout is something which you cannot change.
Yeah.
So once they are reviewing the property, one is it's very important that husband and wife, they communicate with each other.
And accordingly, right?
Yeah.
Of course, because sometimes husband is liking, the wife doesn't like it, or she likes it, he doesn't like it. So I think, that's the thing.
Another thing I normally do with the clients is I give them the house sheet, the spec sheet of the house, of the property.
Okay.
Because if you're looking at 4 or 5 properties and if you don't make notes, you will forget what was the good part and what was the bad part. A lot of times you will forget.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if you have your notes, you know that, okay, that home had good features and that's the one you probably wanted and you liked.
Right. And also I think the house layout for outside as well. Maybe, sometimes the backyard, there is, what I know is there is like square shape backyards. They're like L shape or... so some people doesn't want to buy those. I remember
Absolutely, very true. For example, a lot of people in India, they wouldn't want to buy houses which are broader in the front and they become narrow.
Narrow ones. That's the one I was saying actually. Yes, true.
Right. Some people go according to Vastu, Feng Shui.
So not only the layout inside, but maybe outside and the backyard, everything, I think.
Backyard,
that is important
driveway,
for them.
Driveway, how many cars you have, how many cars it can fit, a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And some people even say east, west facing, from where the sunlight is going to come.
Yeah. Superstitious and stuff. Yeah, right. And what expenses should a buyer expect after buying the house?
After buying the house?
Yeah.
So once they move in or they've actually closed the property?
No, close the property, I would say. Maybe there are a few expenses they need to...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the biggest would be the land transfer tax, I would say.
Okay.
It works on slab, but I would say it's about 1.5 to 2% of the purchase cost.
Okay.
So the buyer should have that money because the bank is not going to fund that. Then there's this lawyer's fee.
Yeah.
which has different components to it.
Mm-hmm.
Then moving costs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And finally, I would say any repairs you feel you need, any upgrades, you need to have that buffer with you.
Just get ready for all those.
Right.
Absolutely. Can you explain us home buying process?
Sure.
In brief. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about a 30-minute otherwise
I know.
conversation.
So
but
we will only do the briefing.
Absolutely.
Brief one. Yeah.
So I think the first point is interview the agents.
Okay.
Identify the agent whom you want to work with.
Okay. Starting is with the agents.
Starting with the agent.
Right.
So once you've identified the agent, the next step comes is get yourself pre-qualified or go to the bank.
Right.
Either you can go to your own bank or the agent, since he's been working in the industry, he would have his contacts. He can recommend you a few banks or the mortgage specialist.
Right.
From there, you will get an idea what kind of mortgage is the bank going to give you. This is the down payment you have, and that should tell you the budget of your house.
Yeah, you need to calculate everything.
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
Yeah.
Before, because otherwise you will struggle. You like something, you've
and
been
then you
going
will not
around,
be able to maybe
close
buy
it,
or
and
not.
then you feel very disappointed.
I know.
So that's the first step. Get
Okay.
yourself pre-qualified, have a set budget in mind. And then with that budget, you normally have a list of the things you want in a house. For example, number of bedrooms, backyard, washrooms, have that criteria jotted down.
Okay.
Then the agent will match that criteria with the houses which are currently present in the market to your requirement. You start looking at the houses.
Okay.
Then you one house you like, you put an offer. It could be conditional offer, it could be without conditions. You close the property, and then you pay the lawyer's cost. Then finally, it's actually the lawyer who handles once you close the property. He's going to do the transaction, receive the monies from you, give it to the seller, and transfer the title on your name and move into the house. Again, the one important thing is have the movers, contact the movers at least 1-2 months before the closing.
Okay.
Because a lot of time the clients, they try to get movers a week before, and everybody's busy.
And movers are always busy.
They're always busy.
Yeah.
So
better to connect them with them and take an appointment for that day.
Yeah, on that day.
Do you also help, sorry to interrupt,
No,
do you
absolutely.
also help your clients with sending them houses they like, the kind of houses they like?
Absolutely.
Okay. Maybe email them or
email them on regular basis.
or you do that. Okay.
I do that. I match their criteria, and they will get automated listings on daily basis. At times, I don't send them automated listing. I actually go on MLS every day to see if there is anything matching, so that they don't get something which is not useful to them.
Right, absolutely. And which area should usually you help buyers find home?
This Sunday, I'm going to Windsor, as I told you. So
that's
from
far.
Windsor to Oshawa.
And you just went to Kitchener last week.
Yes, I was in Kitchener last week. So you can say.
So you're open.
I'm open wherever the client takes you. Coburg, if it makes sense for them to buy something on the beach, Coburg or Windsor, they're looking for investments. London, of course, it's Brampton, Mississauga, Oakville, Milton, that comes along with it.
Oh, perfect. And how do you help your clients sell or buy a home in a competitive market?
So again, for buyers, we have different strategies.
Yeah.
For seller, we have different strategies. For buyers, there are few prerequisites, and then there are few tricks which you use in the bidding kind of a war where there's a competitive market.
Right.
And then for sellers, again, you have to decide the strategy you want to take in that particular market.
Okay. And how do you set realistic expectations for your clients?
I think being honest and upfront to start with is the best approach. That's what I do. I give them the very clear picture. There are times when, you don't want to give them false hopes, because at times it's going to come back and bite you after a month or two.
Obviously.
So I feel being upfront and showing them with the numbers what's happening in the market, not just telling them, but showing them with the numbers. I normally, for example, if I'm selling a home, to give them a realistic value, I will show them what's been selling around in the neighborhood last 30-60 days, what's available, which gives you an idea. If this is at that price and it's not selling, that can't be price of my home, because that's not selling as well.
Right.
So you be upfront, show them the numbers, and that's how I think I like to do it.
Yeah, be honest.
Exactly.
Absolutely. We'll take a short break. We'll take a short break and we'll be back soon. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, welcome back. You're watching Lights, Camera, and Action. I'm your host Kubra Ali, and tonight Puneet is sitting with us. He's going to talk about a few questions about the real estate market. Welcome back, Puneet.
Thank you.
So, are the real estate agent fees included in the closing cost?
One is buyers, they don't actually pay real estate agents.
Okay.
It's always the seller who pays both the sides. And normally when we talk of closing costs, we don't talk about the commissions.
Okay.
The closing costs would involve, lawyer's fee, moving cost, etc. But at the end of the day, the lawyers, for example, for a seller, the lawyers will do the statement of adjustments. Once the seller gets the money from the home, they'll deduct the commissions and give them the final check.
Oh, okay. And do you advertise your client's house for sale?
I do advertise on social media, I do advertise on television.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then I do sort of a geographic farming in the area where I throw flyers in that particular area. How is that helpful, throwing flyers in that same particular area? Because at times people who live 2-3 streets down the line, they are looking for a house for their mother, for their father to move closer to them. That helps them.
Actually, that's a good idea. Yeah, and do you have weekly open houses? Do you conduct the open house yourself, or?
I do conduct open houses myself. Suppose I have multiple listings, then I have some of my colleagues do the open houses. It's very important to conduct the open houses yourself during the first week when the property gets listed, because those are the most important. That's the most important period when you should expect maximum traffic, and you can highlight the actual property features to the prospective buyers. So yeah, I do conduct open houses on my own, and I can conduct till the time the sellers feel comfortable I need to.
Okay, nice. And any future developments you want to talk about?
Future developments in real estate, you think?
Yeah, maybe you want to talk about, or?
Yeah, sure. What I feel is market is down right now. Interest rates are high. Though the fixed interest rates have come down quite a bit, variable rates are still high. People are hesitant to buy properties. They still wait the market will go down, further down, which according to me, it's not going to go down too much.
Right.
And if the market reverses, it's going to be mad race again. So you should buy when you can. Even Warren Buffett says, I can't time the market. So we are no Warren Buffetts here. So we definitely can't time the market. We can't predict the bottom of the market. If we have the money and we are looking to buy, we should buy.
Okay. And any challenges you have faced in your real estate profession, you think, until now, because it's been 8 years since you're in this market?
I'm sure every profession has its challenges.
Of course.
But unless you have challenges, you won't learn. That's how, I can say I have 8 years of experience. It's going through all those challenges, learning through those challenges. Either you win or you learn.
Absolutely. That's really nice. And what qualities or certifications set you apart from other agents, if you want to?
Sure. I am an engineer, a chemical engineer. That was my core. And then I have master's in business administration and sales.
Okay.
Then I'm a broker. Then I'm a certified negotiation expert. Then I am certified luxury home marketing specialist as well.
Oh, nice. You're quite qualified.
I would think so. I'm perfectly qualified.
That's experienced. So. And do you have any other profession, or this is it?
I can't handle this one, so no.
Full-time, right?
This is full-time. And of course, I'm a married man with 18-year-old son. So that's another thing to take care of.
Oh, nice.
I can't think of any. Busy, I can't think of anything else apart from these two things.
Nice. And apart from your work, any other interests you have?
I like to contribute towards the society as well, especially during Christmas, when, if emotions are really high, I like to really go out and help people. Our company, Remax, contributes to Sick Kids Hospital from every commission we earn. Apart from that, I have my own fundraiser for Sick Kids that started much before that as well. And I contribute actually twice or through two channels. One is through the Remax, and then I contribute on my own as well for every check I earn through real estate.
Oh, nice, nice. Any message you would like to give our viewers tonight?
I would say do what you have to do. Take calculated risk. This is the time to take calculated risks. Some of the millionaires were created when it was depression, after World Wars, when the economy was really down. So yeah, if you can do something about this, do it. Don't hesitate. Me and you can't actually time the market. Go for it.
Thank you so much, Puneet, for coming on my show, and really you answered my questions, and I hope our viewers got help with your answers. And if you would like to call Puneet, please, if you can give your information, whatever, like how they can call you and your number, or maybe on social media, anything you want to talk and let them know, our viewers.
Sure, I'll be more than happy to connect with you. You can give me a call, 647-868-6248, 647-868-6248, or email me at Puneet Pruthi, PUNEET-PRUTHI11@gmail.com. More than happy to help you with any of your queries, even if you are not doing any business.
Thank you very much, Puneet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching my show, Lights, Camera, and Action. I hope you all have a great week ahead, and I'll see you again on my next episode. Until then, stay happy and stay healthy. Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Kubra. I'm bringing you Lights, Camera, and Action, a brand new show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Awaz Entertainment.